every Mexican in LA is on Brandon's helmet.
So
And
let me
he's trying to
finish.
explain why.
So let me finish my point.
Shouts to the Damus for coming out and supporting the
go.
protest. You feel me? I seen RJ, I seen Jomo there. You feel
Anybody
me?
supporting that protest is an idiot, and I'm going to tell you why.
Gang
Because
members need to come out for the. This is what I said about
seen
that.
the
Yes, not
Damus out, I
that.
ain't
No,
gonna
go
lie.
ahead, finish. Go ahead.
these
Let me-
gang members need to go home and take care of their children and clean up their neighborhoods.
That's
I
fact.
can't do both.
Because the whole purpose of the protest is based on a lie. The ICE was doing, it wasn't even ICE, it was federal agents on a drug bust. A bunch of ignorant people thought it was ICE raids. They went down there and started causing trouble. Ultimately, they're not doing any damage.
They
to-
were doing
That's
ice raids.
100% not
Listen.
true.
Yeah, they
But-
were doing
All right,
ice raids
so
over the weekend.
you're wrong.
But,
You're
but,
wrong.
But how you
No,
explain
they
this
were in
running
downtown and in
graduation though?
Paramount.
Why is
Can I
that?
finish my point? Because I already know I'm right.
But now you're lying.
lying.
No, I'm not lying.
But why they
You-
crashing graduations?
Listen,
Thank
if it
you.
was a lie, why not let it be said so you could disprove it?
Okay,
Well,
go
I mean,
ahead.
I listened to the New
You
York
know
Times
it's the truth
podcast
when
about it
everybody got a
this.
filibuster.
Okay, I listened to the New York Times podcast about it this morning, and they seemed very confident that it was in fact ice raids
All
taking
right.
place in Paramount and downtown.
Okay.
I don't know what's your basis of saying that it wasn't.
Paramount,
The
Compton,
truth is my
East LA,
basis.
Northeast LA.
The
and downtown.
violence and the protesting started because people mistook a federal drug bust as an ICE raid. Anyone can look that up on Google if they care beyond 2 gives of F's of about what happened. So the only point I'm making is this ultimately. The only people who are suffering are the same people who supported you, you idiot. They support illegal immigration. They support you coming over here, taking a job from an American. Now you're destroying their business. LA went totally blue. So now the people who voted for the Democrats who let 20 million illegal immigrants come in the country are now suffering. In what way is what these people are doing impacting
This is not a
Republicans?
partisan issue.
Just for the
first of
record,
all.
you were wrong. It was ice raids over
Yeah,
the
well,
weekend.
all right.
Yeah.
I
It
was
is not.
wrong.
Hey, so you just
I
Wait,
know I'm
you
right.
can't just admit you were wrong?
I already know I'm right.
Hey, Brandon, so you just basically saying they reacting wrong.
It's not about ICE raids.
I know,
Because-
but you saying the way they reacting, looting.
But there were ice
It's
raids.
rooted. I see. He's trying to walk it back.
No, I feel like it's weird that you
There
lied
are-
and you're
there
not
are-
admitting that you lied.
For real, because
Nobody never admit they lied.
Because look, this is what I'm getting from it, bro. It's kind of like you saying that people mistaking the drug bust for ice raid, so they started looting and polluting. And what Adam is saying that there was ice raids as well.
Yeah,
This drug
factually
bust you
was,
talking
yeah.
about.
We know that
That's
there
the
are.
cause they looting for.
We
basically.
all know that there were ice raids, but what particularly kicked off this situation was a drug bust that was mistaken for an ice raid. Ice raids are happening all over the country. They've been happening the whole year.
this is
I like this.
Specific ones
Yes,
this weekend.
No,
Yes.
this is a straw man argument, and it's
Okay.
completely wrong, bro. Like,
Okay, now you do yours. He spoke. Now you do.
I didn't even get to finish my point,
No,
but
no,
all right.
I mean,
Y'all win.
Hey, could you
I don't
explain
give a
why they
fuck
go to
anyway.
somebody's graduation and do that shit?
Listen, it don't matter what I explain, because when I start talking,
No,
the
no, no,
liberals
no,
in the room.
Brandon's
just
mad
like
because
on
he
every-
didn't get 10 minutes straight to speak
No,
to
I
us
don't need
without.
10
I
minutes.
fact checked one
If
thing
I
that you
got
said, and now
one-
you're acting like you're being silent.
If I got one, listen, bro, I talk for 20 seconds. You all interrupting me.
pop
Then
your
you
shit.
say he wants to talk
Go
for
ahead,
10
pop
minutes.
your shit, bro. Go ahead.
yeah,
get
what
it
do you
off.
feel like you haven't said
Get
yet?
it off.
I'm telling you that the thing that's jumped this off was a mistaken drug bust. But what I'm ultimately telling these people, these Hispanic people, since they want to act like it's only them, you're destroying businesses of people who support you. And you think that that's going to hurt Donald Trump. It's not. It's not going to stop anything.
Did they-
and if
did
you
they
would take 2
destroy the
seconds
Chamoy
to
factory?
stop, if you take 2 seconds to stop being ignorant, the mayor supports you, the governor supports you, the businesses downtown support you, whether you're illegal or not. Why destroy their stuff? What you're doing is turning these people against you now because you're acting crazy.
But that's like a criticism of every riot. Every riot affects. So you go back to the 92 riots. What were they destroying? They didn't go to Rodeo and smash up the Gucci store. They smashed up shit in their own neighborhood.
So the 92 riots, because I kicked off from my hood, they was so basically what they was targeting any business that wasn't black.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
The
That's what
Asian
we doing.
community.
But what I'm
Some
saying
black
is,
businesses
But that,
got
I had
caught
the
up in
same-
it,
hold on, but just
yeah.
to clarify,
I had the
that's
same-
because there wasn't that many
I had the-
black-owned businesses in South Central at the
I
time.
had
But
the
it wasn't
same-
because there wasn't that many owned black businesses. It was because the Rodney King beating and then the
No.
broad that got killed in the store.
Correct,
So
correct.
it was just like any
Correct.
business that's over here that's not black, we gonna loot and pollute.
Correct, but what were like the significant black businesses that were spared?
It was
Like,
black businesses back then. Why you don't think it
No,
was black business?
Yeah,
there
for
was
sure.
significantly less in 1992. There
No,
was way less within
no.
that
It was a lot of
community.
black businesses. It's less
Comparative-
now.
compared to now?
It's less now.
Compared to now,
It's less now.
I don't
think
know
it's
about
less.
that, brother.
I think back then it was like, because I remember going to school, like how you see the tamale ladies, the ice cream trucks, and all that. Black people was doing that back then when I was younger.
No. So in that sense, yeah, there is a lot more.
Even stores though too.
Not only that, but there's a way more densely populated, just black population in South Central at that time. There's way more Hispanics that live there now.
Yeah, definitely.
Significant. Compton is 70% Hispanic. Back then, it was like 20 to 30.
But if you look, if you look
predominantly black, it no longer is.
For sure.
If you look at the nature of all these riots, and this is where the education has to happen, I said the same thing about the BLM riots. They were acting like a bunch of animals out there, burning down the pharmacy where their grandma go get her medicine, and their kids can't go to school to the lot. You're only hurting yourself, but you think you're hurting the government. Trump still won. So the lesson that can be learned here without all the filibustering is this. If you're going to do something to attack your enemy, quote unquote, go burn something that hurts them. Go to Orange County and do something, because that's where Trump has the support. How does you destroying a business that services you, that supports you?
So I'm guessing you voted for Trump, right?
Of course, 3 times.
So what about when Trump led them people to the Capitol and told them to told them to do their shit? They went in there and
I was against
And they
that
all
too.
got pardoned.
I was against
and they
that
all
too.
got pardoned.
I was against that too.
Let's hear 10 minutes.
But
about
at
that
least,
then, 'cause
but
you-
no,
you need to get
let me
on
tell you
Trump.
this, Munchie. At least they destroyed some government buildings. That's actually doing something. How is destroying the Adidas store making an impact? The Trump supporters are actually have intelligence. They went to the government and destroyed some stuff. They didn't destroy their own neighborhood.
Hold on, though. What is Adidas as a corporation doing for the Latino
Let me ask you
or
a
black
question.
community?
Let me ask you a question,
Answer
Les.
that question.
Let me ask you a question, Les.
Answer that question.
What did Trump supporters destroy?
What is...
No, I'm
Capitol.
asking.
Yeah.
What did they destroy? The Capitol, right?
Correct.
What are these mindless idiots destroying?
They literally went to the...
What are these?
The
I
epicenter.
want- it's a simple question.
No.
Yeah, but now you
It's
don't
a
even give him
simple-
2 seconds to
No,
answer
because
it.
he's trying to go somewhere else.
No, I'm not. The epicenter...
fried.
The epicenter of where the riot was at the detention center.
Bro, they haven't
Literally-
destroyed one detention center.
That's literally where they were congregating.
Can you show me
That
where
was
detention?
That's where it was at.
Lush,
It's right in
they are
downtown
currently
LA.
they're currently going into shopping, like clothing stores.
So earlier you said that they were destroying businesses that were beneficial to their community.
They are.
What exactly has Adidas done for
They're
the
not
Latino
just destroying
community?
Adidas, but if I want to go buy my kid a pair of shoes, I can't now.
Nobody should be buying their kids a pair of shoes anyway because we consume it.
Amazon.
Nobody shouldn't be a consumer. I'm not keeping it real, right?
It just
You're
feels
acting
like
like they're
whenever there's a
destroying their own
protest,
community.
which is a very American thing to protest to get what you want, the commentary that's supposed to debunk rioting or protesting is like, oh, well, I can't go get my kids' shoes from the Adidas store. It's like, who gives a f? Like,
Yeah.
people were angry enough that they had the desire to make this big of a stink. I might not 100% agree with it, but I can't take it away from them.
Nobody care about no Adidas right now.
It makes total sense when you think that
Is
people
that a
work.
hypothetical or is it a real Adidas store that got hit?
It
Who
really
cares about
is.
Adidas,
Yeah,
gang?
but-
Well, I think...
Is Adidas sponsoring us right now?
No. Two brothers that was racist came with Adidas. They split up and one got Puma, one got Adidas. So
Germans.
fuck Adidas.
No, wait, listen. You on one hand, you got to get the option. Don't matter where they're at on site. Then all of a
Agreed.
sudden,
That ain't
let me.
agreed.
I can't get one of these truth bars out because it's just
If the
too.
police at
It's
the
too
corner,
real.
But wait,
It's too
Brandon,
real. These niggas can't handle it. I get it. I get it.
I
Brandon,
like
do
to
you
hear it.
realize,
I
like,
wanna hear it.
Niggas can't handle facts. I care about a Mexican getting dragged out of a funeral, but I smoke a nigga anywhere I see him. I'm not buying that.
No, but Brandon-
And because I'm not buying it, niggas got to be. It's hypocrisy.
I
It's pure hypocrisy.
don't
different.
agree with parents getting separated from their kids and shit.
And I don't
Straight up.
agree with black men getting gunned down in the middle of the street in their neighborhood for no real reason other than they from another street.
Well, you should have
don't
never been
either.
cripping then.
How are you
but-
talking about me?
No, but and this is the reason why. But this is the reason, Brandon. This is the reason why people are tripping extra hard. It's because
Malcolm X said eye for an eye. Shit, I don't agree with
By
that.
any
check
means
in.
necessary.
Check
So
in.
burn that shit
Check in.
down.
The fact that you're from Long Beach and from the hood that you're from,
And you was cripping.
and you was cripping, and you beef with so many essays, and it's like the most racial tension in all of LA counties in your city. You saying this shit has a different accent to it.
The Longo-
it seems like you're being racist.
The Longo, Long Beach stuff has really nothing to do with race because there
but
are
it has
black
everything
dudes
to
from
do
Longo.
with. But it has everything to
It
do
has
with
everything
the
to
way
do-
you
It
view
has
race
a horrible
relations.
point.
Listen, it has
Yeah,
everything
it
to
has
do.
every-
It's different races from all games.
Yeah, it has everything to
Can I
do with
speak
how.
for my city versus Lush speaking for my
But
city?
it has everything
I
to
don't
do with
speak
how
for
you
Van
view
Nuys.
race. I ain't
I
from
don't
no Van Nuys. I'm from West Side LA. You might have heard of my city. It's called Los Angeles. I'm from the west side of town, homie.
I'm from the Paloma.
West of La Brea.
We
West
banging our set. I'm from the Paloma.
Street in Van
We banging.
I ain't from Van Nuys. Shouts to Van Nuys, though.
I'm from the
Van
heavy.
Nuys is active.
Well, I don't speak for where you're from. I can speak for where I'm from.
West LA.
This is how it works. The reason you know it's not racial is because if a black gang did the same stuff that the Mexican gang is doing, it would be the same type of beef. So it just happens that they are Hispanic. It just so happens that we're black. There's Mexican gangs going at each other over the same type of stuff. It ain't racial.
One thing. I just want to say this. Everybody don't know
Some
joke.
of my best
I
friends
just
are
want to say this.
Mexican.
I want to
I
say
play
this.
football
Black
with a bunch
and
of Mexican
Mexicans
dudes.
are the same. And I'm going to say, listen, Mexicans, they came from, for everybody watching this, I'm going to teach y'all something. Mexicans came from Morocco, right? They from Morocco. There's a place in Africa, but America's Africa. I'm going to teach you that later.
Wow.
They came from Morocco. They traveled to a place called Spain. They had sex with them women, and they came out speaking Spanish, and they called them Spaniards, and they was Mexicans. So Mexicans
talking
are
about
black.
Spaniards. He
Mexicans
meant
are black.
Spaniards.
They are the same. Black and Mexicans are the same. We all are legally here. That's what I'm telling y'all that.
Kids don't
talking
put,
about
I'm telling y'all
kids
this.
don't put this on your history
y'all don't-
test.
It's true.
Okay,
That's
so
true.
this-
In Spain,
The
Moors ruled
not
Spain for
Mexicans,
years.
but
Listen, all right, but this
This
what I
doesn't
thought.
even
And they
make
had
sense.
sex.
That makes no sense.
They had sex.
Listen though.
Swear God, my mama.
Mexico, that was the Aztec natives' land.
No, listen,
was.
go back
It was Aztec
to the
land.
Kemet. Go back to the land of Kemet. Go back further. You're right, but go back further. Listen to me. Let me teach y'all something.
Came over there.
Let me teach you something.
started
Let me teach you something. Listen, what you said is correct. What you said is correct, right? But listen, everything stopped and start over. Listen to me, gang. Everything stopped and start over. So everybody had a land at a point of time. Earth keeps stopping and starting. Like right now, this is America, but before it was Africa. You see what I'm saying? So what you saying is the truth. That's why everybody's confused. So we all been reincarnated, and we all been here so many times, and we just saw it flip so many different times. And that's the truth.
He said run that back.
And that's the truth. This is Africa. This is Africa.
At the camera
This is
over there.
Africa.
The camera over there. trying to look at that.
No, I'm talking to him. I ain't looking at him. I'm talking to Cuz.
This is the thing. Spanish conquistadors came to South America.
No.
And they made it with indigenous tribes.
No.
And that's where Mexicans came from.
Before
The
that.
Aztecs migrated all the way.
Before that, bro, go back to Morocco, gang. Go back to the land of Kemet. No, go back to the first. Go back. Listen, did y'all know? Listen, did you know this? Did you know this? America. The name of America is Africa, but the name of Africa is the Garden of Eden, nigga. So I'm telling you, everything started right here. Everything started right here. So I'm telling you,
people that believe this.
this is the truth.
This is
people that
straight
believe this.
bullshit.
This is straight truth.
This is crap.
This is straight truth.
This is like you didn't go to the third grade type
Listen,
shit.
no. If you were third grade, you lost because school was made to control you.
Right.
They gave. Listen, why the
Control you
fuck?
from
This how you know.
separation, shit like
Adam,
that.
No,
why
like,
the fuck we plant
on a
leaves to a
one-on-one
flag?
level, it can be fun to argue with you when you're saying
But
retarded
in
things. But
reality-
like when we're trying to have a serious conversation, you're telling
I'm
us
serious.
this is Africa.
This
it's
is
like,
Africa. You don't want it to be.
This is retarded.
You don't want it to be.
You're dragging us all
You
down.
don't want it to be Africa.
Don't make me go suspect on
why,
you.
Why come kids gotta say, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. As a kid, they train you to pledge allegiance to shit. You don't know what the pledge allegiance even mean. Stop playing on me. How the fuck a kid even know that? What I'm telling y'all is everything
why
is for
Chicago all
control.
fucked up.
Everything is for control.
A majority of the people who voted in the 2024 election voted for Donald Trump. And the number one issue that they were voting on, the number one issue that moved the needle and made people move towards Trump was because the people are fed up with a loose, weak border, and they want to see the border strengthened, and they want illegal immigration to be cracked down upon. So, yes, it is very, very ugly to see people being dragged out of their homes and businesses as a result of these ICE raids. That being said, it's hard to argue with the fact that the country moved massively in the direction of Donald Trump, whose signature issue was deporting the fuck out of people. They asked the border czar, whatever his name is, Tom Homan, they asked him, are you seriously thinking that you're going to go into people's homes, that you're going to achieve something close to 100% removal of illegal immigrants? And he said, yes, that's exactly what we're going to do. Now, a lot of political pundits that I saw comment on this basically didn't believe that it was possible, didn't think that they actually had the gall to do the kind of things that have been going on this past weekend. But it's hard to argue with the fact that the president came into office with a mandate to do this exact sort of thing. So as much as I personally am disgusted by the imagery of people being dragged out of their homes, it's hard to argue with the fact that our country and an increasingly large percentage of Hispanic people wanted this.
Can I
What
say
people want? What people wanted? What people wanted?
No. Two things. What's our girl that was running for president?
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Okay, she lost a minority vote because she didn't send the gang of people up the river.
Exactly.
That's one thing.
That's why I wasn't fucking
So-
with her.
so
That was the wrong woman, but to clear America up, we need a woman.
Hold on.
We need a
Hold
woman
on.
president.
Hold
That's a fact.
on. And then,
Hold on.
And then Trump said he's gonna get the criminal immigrants, not the ones just be chilling in front of Home Depot. The criminal immigrants.